Today we're looking at the 4-3-3 attack variation in FC 26, a formation that's become even stronger after the patch, with the camp pulling the strings, wingers stretching the pitch, and the 2 centimeters supporting both ends of the game. This sort of gives you an explosive attacking options while still keeping balance in the midfield. If you want a formation that creates chances from everyone on the pitch, this is the one. Let's break down the custom that gives ample instructions that make the 4-3-3 attack so effective. We're going to start with the below style being on counter and the defensive approach being on balance. If you checked out my previous custom tactics videos, especially the last 3 or 4 ones, I've always gone with below style being on counter and defensive approach being on either 50 or 60. From 50 to 60 is a sweet spot, guys. Yes, you can go above that one, you can go with high 70, but I know most of you guys lack, even myself, like defensively. You want to close the gaps between your left back, center backs, and the center backs, of course, between both of your 2 centimeters or CDMs. This is we want to close it, and we want to have a reasonable approach in terms of counter attack and in terms of attacking. So 60 works really well. It's just because the nature of this formation being very good in terms of attacking. Putting this on 50, 60 just gives you a better overall performance over 50 or just like 55 or something like this. But keep it between 50 to 60. Trust me, you're gonna have an easier time in terms of defending. For the players, we have a striker, and we have left winger and right winger. Remember, guys, it's not left mid, right mid. You think they're the same, but not necessarily. Left winger, right winger, you basically have the flanks way better in terms of going deep down the flank. You can go for the passive from your center mid to your left winger, or maybe you can make the run occasionally from your right wing. Even you can even score with your right wing inside the penalty area. The reason I have one of my wingers on the winger, the other one is inside forward. If you check my previous custom video, I have the same thing. Put my left, it was like 4-2-3-1 formation. I have my left mid on winger, the right mid on inside forward. I want one of my side to always go back and forth, to have the one side occupying. I want my opponent's side to be occupying from one side. That okay, this is going to be back and forth. This is the places that I'm going to go for those passes, long passes, either through balls or long passes. This is where I'm going to actually create chance from going down the wing. But that's not going to be necessarily the case from the other side too. From right side, I tend to get a little bit close to the camp, close to the striker. Want to get inside with the penalty in the penalty area. Either go for a chance to go for a pass outside, or just go for the beautiful finesse try, just score with that one. That's just the kind of thing we want from inside forward. That's just basically what inside forward is. But if you get a combination of both left winger and right winger in this way, or you can just put one of yours and put your left winger on inside forward, right winger on winger. That's however you want it. I tend to go with my left winger. I've right in, rapid plus, great pass, great pace. And she can actually make your own very well. Make sure you put very fast play. Even Kudus here can do a pretty good job as well too. But just because of the winger, because of the rapid plus, it gives me a bit of edge over the other wingers. For the striker, I'm going with advanced forward. The reason being, I want a little bit more movement from my striker behind the penalty area, doing a bit of movement against the side, and eventually score if I get a chance. And I'm combining these movements from with my cam being on shadow striker. This player could be the key player in this formation, especially in all the formation that have a cam. It's just very good at the moment. This player can do a bit of movement, could do a bit of good link up with your striker, trigger your striker to move forward, or whenever your striker has we can trigger this player to move forward. It's just gonna be so hard for your opponent to decide which player you're actually getting inside, you're making the run with. Okay, so there are chances you have your let's just say your camera, in this case Griezmann has the ball. I did a movement with him and I pass to my centimeter. Griezmann makes right inside. I call my striker to come forward, pass to my striker, pass to my cam again to my left winger or right winger. Most of my right winger, I want my left winger to be just for the runs whenever there's a chance, whenever there's space. So I want both of these. These combination of in this way, you can actually create lots of chances, be a little bit creative, and break your opponent's defense line, especially if against those players who are just very good in terms of attacking. And of course, they have good defenders. So both of these two in this way, you can do a bit of both just to get the best out of this formation. You can go with playmaker for the car, but I don't necessarily recommend it. Shadow Striker is way better, guys. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Shadow Striker for attacking is so good. Yes, playmaker, it gives you a bit more in terms of kind of like controlling the midfield. But if this play goes forward, it still comes back to ask for the ball. Still does movement, still a cam. But in terms of making it run, being literally a shadow striker, second striker, you can do a crazy job in terms of tracking your opponent's defense open and just get one-on-one and just go for a shot. This player count is followed by 2 centimeters. Remember, it's not CDM, it's centimeter. So if you put on holding anything, this is still gonna get inside just because of the nature of centimeter. But this is the way I recommend to go with in order to avoid the through ball, the counter attack through ball. Put one of them on holding, the other one deep line playmaker, build up. The reason being is that you can go with playmaker with the spot or even box to box, but I highly recommend forget about playmaker. It's just gonna, yes, in terms of attacking it's great, but in terms of defending you're going to like it doesn't cover the area behind him. It's just gonna be so hard to defend. You can go with box to box, but I recommend putting this on deep line playmaker build up because it comes, maybe even deep line playmaker defense, whichever you want. I'd go with build up because this play comes forward to a certain point and just can go with the passes, beautiful through balls or something like this. You can go for a pass for your cap to your left finger, even go for some crosses if the player has good crossing ability, long ball pass ability. You can go with that one. You can put some defense, but in terms of attacking, you need to be better in terms of L1 trigger if you want more from your centimeter. If you put this on build up, this play is a very good, especially if that player has a plus. This play is a very good job in terms of creating balance from attack and of course defense. It could be a kind of the engine for your counter attack, for your like your cam, your striker, for basically your attacking. This could be a very good player to start it. On the other side, you have your centimeter on holding. This player will try to cover the area. Well, will try to cover the gap between your right back, center backs, the space between these two. You can get a bit of just play, try to get inside your own penalty area to start covering from the same as your other centimeter at beyond the plan playmaker build up. Is just because the plan playmaker doesn't necessarily mean just trying to just go for the attack. This play tries to start the build up right from the back, not necessarily while you're attacking. So you have a combination of this and a combination of holding, being a defensive player. You can get a bit of both very well in terms of like a balance of attack and defending. For the left back, right back, I'm sure right now fullback balance is just better overall, because I feel like there are times where you have wingers, just crazy wingers, just Rafael Leao with other cards. They tend to make the run, and if you put this on fullback defense, you're just giving them a lot of space, and right now it can be very dangerous. But if you put them on fullback balance, you can manually cover the center, the space between your right back, let's just say, or center back, or left back, or center back. Cover the area manually, or follow the player. Just get the ball, kind of like blocked away manually. Remember, guys, defending is all about being manual and how well you defend and how well you time your stat tackle and a slide tackle. Remember, so putting it to fullback balance, it overall gives you better chance into the stopping the attack, and maybe if there's a chance you could just go, like a pressing option as well too. Just get the ball back immediately whenever you lose the ball. The two defenders are defender defense. That's just how it's going to be. Maybe defender balance, but it could be too much. They're going to be a little bit aggressive in another position. You don't necessarily want that. So defender defense is ready to go. The goalkeeper being on goalkeeper defense doesn't make any difference, honestly, whichever one you want to go with, but that's just how it is. And again, yeah, team tactics, I'm gonna put the code in the description. And now let's go have a quick look at the example of the games plays that I recorded for you guys, just to show you how you can actually play with this formation. So we're gonna start with the defensive side of this formation, how you can actually cover the areas between your center back. You could see I'm keeping my distance. Look at the positioning on my left back and right back. They're not necessarily so close. You could see they're not necessarily very close to my center back. You could see this my Hanko and Pacho. This is my right back Araujo at this game, and so Marcelo. not necessarily too good. You could see they have all the space here, but you could see, I told you guys, defending manually is the key here. So you could see I'm constantly anticipating what he wants to go, what he wants to do next, where he wants to go next. You see I'm covering and keeping my distance. That's gonna actually go for the center. You can see the players there. Obviously, this player being a center mid, this is being a diplomatic, a little bit step forward, as opposed to this player being back forward. So in terms of defending, this player offers, but especially that player has the plus or plus even better. So start to attack right from the go for the passage. My right being there. I have my cam, which is gonna be, that's just kind of how it's gonna be. Cam, striker, right mid, left mid. That's just how it's gonna be all the time. The creative, the chance solution from there. So you could see this Vitinha being a deep line playmaker. Build up, you see gets the ball from here. I can go with pass it. I can do a little bit of extra movement. I go with pass for my striker, and so again that's just how it's gonna be. And now that I told you guys, you can go for lob pass with your CDM here. I go for this passes. This player being on mark, guys, being on left winger, so not necessarily on inside forward, so it gives me a bit of freedom to my left winger. You can see again goes for a cross. It covers very well, and you can see very close to my left back too, so it doesn't give space to my opponent's left winger. Once again, you can see Cam like Rizan being there, very good for the attack. Pass to my striker, a little bit of movement back to my striker, a little bit of 1-2, all doing all of this stuff just to get the best chance to get inside. Which I go for a pass for Lewandowski, back to my Cam. I have my left feet, see my left feet goes, tries to go down to the wing, tries to cover the area there. I get inside with pass, and it's a goal. Just see how I scored that goal. The key thing in this was my left mid being on winger. You could see she went there. You could see she went there, and look where Kudus is. Look where he is. He's an inside forward. Look where he is, between my opponent's center back and right back. Could have never passed this player. He was covered, but this player, this is Lewandowski, right? If she was an inside forward, she would be somewhere around here. But you could see she is covering the spaces here because she's on the winger. So guys, the reason until you put one side of winger and one side of inside forward is literally this example here. You want to use this spaces, you want to use this area, you want to be creative. You don't want to be attacking just one way all the time. One side going down the wing like this. I go back to my Cam, a little bit of movement, pass to my striker, and you can score the goal that way. Once again, you striker, Cam to my striker. I shoot with Lewandowski. Just got good shooting ability. Once again, you can see my, you can see I pass to my left winger again. Being a winger covers the area very well, especially right-hand. Having a plus as winger does a way better job as opposed to someone who doesn't have any plus. You can see again, I cover the area with my side back to right-hand. Get a little bit of mistake. This is the reason mistake. You can see I told you guys put your left back or right back on fullback balance. You can see covers the area very well. Doesn't let go. Doesn't really give a little bit of space to my opponent's wingers. I get the ball, a little bit of timing and everything. Could do very well in terms of defending. I trigger my Lewandowski. I get one-on-one. From this point, you could say I made a clear mistake. You should make all of this. So remember, guys, if you miss the chance, it's all on you. Once again, my camera's ball. I go for precision pass back to my. Not back yet, but I tend to go a bit of movement. You could try trigger my left back to move forward. This is all manual, guys. You can trigger the player to go forward manual. Triggering really matters. The combination of these, I could have scored these chances here. Once again, you could see how well I covered the space with my left back. You can manually follow the ball with your left back. You put some full back balance. You can put both, but still manual defending tops everything else in terms of defending. I get the ball, started right from there. My left mid is there. I'm just a bit closer, come back to the defending. I got it back manually. I get inside. I could see my even holding my center being on holding. I told you guys you could trigger these guys manually, even because he's on holding. I told you the nature of this player is not to stay defensively. Although if you put this on hold, you still can get more from them in terms of attacking. Because again, they are center mid, not necessarily CDM to cover the area. Of course, it was just manual triggering as well too. So you could see I made sure I could have done, certainly could have done better here. I get the ball with my center mid being on deep line, left being to my Cam, always ready to get inside. Once again, a great pass from my striker. I lose a chance. Once again, I lose a clear chance. So by now, I should have scored 2 goals here which I obviously lost very bad, but you don't want to make these mistakes, guys. Remember, here you can see I covered the area well with my center mid being on holding. I go for passes, my center mid gets the ball, left mid is there, to my cam, to my striker, all this kind of movements. You have all these options to, you know, it depends on how well you do the timing and actually go for the pass or go for the run. Do a bit of movement between my center mid to my right mid. You could say I can get past the player very well from this point. Whatever you do, if you lose the ball, it's all on you guys. So again, you could say I get inside with my striker. I told you guys you can do a bit of movement with your striker being on advance forward, and this is the left stick dribbling, get inside, and obviously would have scored the next goal too, but I didn't. Again, you could see how well my right back covered this winger, guys. Remember, watch for this winger, cover the area very well. My center mid was there, to my center mid, pass to my cam. You could see I have my right mid getting forward, I have my left mid, just stalling a lot. Should have passed immediately, but again, remember, guys, just rookie mistakes here by myself. You might be striker, be my center being on deep line playmaker, to my striker, to my cam, make the run. Again, can do a bit of movement. Once again, it was a clear mistake by myself. You could see the amount of chances that they have. Could have passed to this player or back to this player. A lot of chances that they had, but I didn't decide well at the moment. Again, you can see I get the ball in here. Just a good pressing by my cam. Got inside, passed, scored this goal. In this way, once again, cam, striker. I have my right mid. I have my cam as well too. Trying to get inside. Kudus wins the ball. Do the whatever you do from here, guys, it's all the skill. Remember what you do next from this point. You could have a space. Again, back to my right mid. I go for a beautiful finesses. So this player, this is the kind of move I want from this player. To get inside the penalty area, do a bit of movement, go for it like a finesse shot or something, get one-on-one, and just eventually score goals like this. So one side in this, and one side just making the run. Again, my striker has ball, go for precision through balls, turn to back. How I'm seeing my options. Again, a mistake by myself, but that's okay. I'm different from there. You could see how well I got back with the same player that actually. You know, I was just like didn't lose the ball, but it's a play that I passed before I had it. So this is the only play. If this point I switched to any of these players, I would have given an easy chance a through ball to my opponent. I didn't ruin their structures. I kept it, but I tend to move back from this player to track back Musiala here, my opponent's camp, with the same player, and I got back and I went for the right timing of through stand tackle and got the ball back. So make sure you even time your switching play. Everything is just about timing, guys. Remember, do not mess with your timing. A little bit of movement, my right mid to my left back, my striker, I'm triggering my right mid. Again, whatever you do here, it's all on you guys. Whatever you do, it comes back to your skill. Go for the shot. Look what happened. This chance that I lost, look how I got the chance. Like, this is the chance that I got. It's the same ball. I got the ball here. This ball, exactly this ball, came from all these passes, came to all the way here, and I turned it into a goal, guys. So remember, do not rush anything. And you can see here, my cam being very effective in terms of being an engine for my runs, for my attacks. And in this way, you can see my opponent got frustrated, go for a tackle. Here the movement with Lewandowski again, another chance that I missed. But another example here, you could see how I'm covering the areas with my center back and my CDM and even my left back. So try to get inside. I keep my distance. Nothing else. But just trying to keep my distance to go for passes. And then you could see I just lost the ball by the players that were there. This is the kind of passes I want from my player being on deep line playmaker, build up the front of a center mid. You can see this is the kind of passes I want from this player that can have the ability. Here I get the ball, but the control was wrong by me. So I got to the ball, that's just the point. And here you can see Demoni or Gianni. Yeah, Gianni. Yeah, very dangerous guard. Same guard like Demoni or Pina or Payot. It's a very dangerous player. Made the run. Just again, so got past my center, but my left back was there. Tried to cover the area, and I got the ball from there with Marcelo. Cam is there. Even I'm triggering my sentiment to move forward with my cam. Once again, my cam has the ball. I see space. I can get inside. So again, whatever you do here, it's all on you. A little bit unlucky with the Trivella. Once again, same situation. Now again, this cam, guys, if you have a cam that has shadow striker plus or plus plus even, oh my, the position is just going to be so hard to defend by you. It's just going to be so hard to mark by your opponents defenders. You could say I got inside with my cam, struck my second striker literally, and I scored the goal. Again, my cam, you could see the pass, because look at the space for my left winger, man. Look at the space. Being a winger, this is the space that you get. I can get inside. Again, unlucky in terms of scoring, but in terms of creating chances, this is absolutely insane, guys. My center, I'm triggering my striker to move forward. See here, I didn't pass to any of these players. I didn't pass to Wrighton, my left man. I didn't pass to my cam. I wanted Lewandowski to get one-on-one, and this is exactly what. See, trigger, move forward, got inside. I'm getting one-on-one. I think I lost it. Yeah, I lost the chances again. You see, guys, losing lots of chances in terms of aiming. I get a little bit. Although I scored 6 goals by here, but still should do better. Hit the post, but again, I got the ball. You can see the pressing options that I have. Right to get inside. Go ball back, pressing for my center mid. Good pass. Griezmann gets one-on-one. It's a penalty, you could see, and I score the penalty this way. Once again, going with my right mid, my striker's right mid striker, having a bit of support from my center mid. Another foul. You can see my opponent got frustrated. And this is the kind of pass I told you guys. This is the kind of play you want to make to your kind of go for it for your like the winger that is on the winger. I go for a precision lob pass. You can see I know this play is going to be there. If you go for the right power, you can get the ball like this, which is a clear chance. I go for this. Again, another chance. It's a penalty by my opponent. I'm going to score the next goal, obviously. And that's a 4-3-3 attack post patch, a formation that combines width, creativity, and midfield balance to overwhelm your opponents. If this breakdown helps you score more goals and control more matches, smash that like button, subscribe for more meta tactics, and let me know in the comments which formation you want me to cover next. Thanks for watching EAFC, where every tactics becomes meta, and I'll see you guys in the next one.